श्री श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय. There comes a stage in the life of a sadhaka when he expresses openly whatever he sees. The thought of keeping anything from anyone does not occur to him. When the Bhava Granthis, the various deep emotional impressions stored as knots in one's sanskara within the psychic nerve system, become unraveled, the outward symptoms are very beautiful. There is an overwhelming emotional state where sternness and tenderness are manifested simultaneously. This, as well as many supernatural aspects, are observed. Whether stern or tender, the real bhav is that which overwhelms the heart of the ordinary person. These experiences are treasured by seekers of grace. At this stage of the sadhana, the entire illusion of the present and the future disintegrates slowly, and both sternness and tenderness are manifested in extremes. But if the sadhaka's conduct is not completely honest, then the two characteristics cannot be simultaneously expressed. Just as a grieving person remains heedful of his or her clothes and bodily functions despite his or her state of sorrow, so too the sadhaka must maintain propriety in his or her outward behavior, as well as maintain an uninterrupted and steady state of sadhana in order to overcome the emotional obstacles and reach the goal. Around this time, when people prostrated themselves before this body, the feet withdrew of their own accord. When a person prostrated in reverence without attempting to touch the feet, the right arm of this body would rise in a gesture of blessing, and words of blessing would come out of her lips spontaneously. An employee of the Nawab in Bajitpur addressed this body as mother, but this body never spoke to him. He often visited our home and was very friendly with Bholanath. Since his wife was childless, his father was urging him to remarry. One day he suddenly thought that he must pranam before this body and touch her feet when she sat for worship. At that time no one would do this, and therefore he asked Bholanath for permission. Unable to refuse his earnest request, Bholanath asked this body to grant it. She accepted. Since you both desire this, let it be so. Later, when this body had just completed her kriyas, this individual came and fell reverently at her feet and began trembling on the floor. Bholanath was startled and exclaimed, "What is this? What is happening to him?" And repeatedly he urged this body to remedy the situation. The man soon became normal, though his body continued to tremble. He confessed that he was so overwhelmed with a sublime joy that he forgot to pray for his wish to be granted. Bholanath inquired what his prayer had been, and then told me that the prayer was to beget a good and healthy child without having to remarry. It was learnt later that a son had been born to him and his wife. Shri Shri Anandamayi Mat ki Jai.